No, it's not. So, suddenly they dropped off. I don't know. I was just here, but there's too many screens.
Now they'll start trying for the cake.
Good. Make a quick coffee.
Right, we're starting. Omalei, we're up to Kufshit Gimel Amud Aleph, the third of the wide lines. Omalei Vav le'Evu b'rei. Vav said to his son Evu, Torchi b'cha b'shmaita v'le'vistai. I tried to teach you Gemara, and it never worked. He tried to teach your son Gemara, never worked. To'agvach v'li de'alma, I'll teach you matters of the world. Adachala ha'koich zvinoch zavin. While you've got sand in your shoes, sell your items. Meaning, as soon as you get into town, sell everything. Because if you wait, you might not find customers. Call mili zavin v'techat. Anything that you sell, you can always regret, because sometimes you get a better price. Ba mechamo, except for wine, the zavin v'techat. Whenever you sell wine, never have chalata. Rasham explains because wine could go off, become vinegar. So never be upset if you sold wine. Shori kisech psak sakech. Open your pocket, then open your sack. Meaning like this. First demand payment, then give the merchandise. Why? 113, 4 lines from the 5 lines from the wide lines. First, people could run off. So first demand payment, and only then give the merchandise. So open your pocket, and after you've opened your pocket, open the sack for the merchandise. Better to earn a little bit from the floor than a lot from the roof. Why? It's better to earn from close to home than from far away. If you have dates in your basket, go to the place where they make beer. In old days, they made beer from dates. And what he says is, if you've got dates, don't wait until you've eaten them, nibbled on them, and you've got no dates left. Rather, straight away, run to the beer to bake the beer. Bad come on, tell her how much. Till 3 saw. But if you got more than 3 saw, you won't want out. If not for the fact that I made beer, I want to become wealthy. Beer is a very good making business. Why is it called Sidna? Why is making beer called Sidna? No, it's a good secret. It's a good skill. The Kivinus Chasodim, a person can do a lot of chesed if he makes beer because he has a lot of money. Whenever you invest something, you're always up to a risk. If it's something which you need to then claim money, then what will happen is it means it's a whole business to try and demand the items. That requires a lot of work. And something which somebody says, okay, I'll owe you, you may never get it. And even if you do get it, he may pay you with very bad currency. In olden days, different coins, a person can in theory pay bit by bit. The Rashbam says, let's say I owe you £100,000. I'm allowed to halachically pay you pound by pound. Or you can argue.
If you owe someone money, you can't give them like 1,000 pennies.
How do you know?
I don't think you can do it.
Well, so what do you lose? What do you lose by paying pound by pound? The person can say, I know, I might end up spending every pound as I get it. So I'd rather you pay it all in one go. No, even so, you're allowed to pay pound by pound. It says, when you go to war, don't be the front one. Because if you're in the front one, what will happen? In case if you need to run away, you can be the last one to run away. That means if you're going into battle, make sure to be at the back. That way, if you need to escape. Rasha asks the question that everybody would be at the back. Who's going to go to the front? He says a very interesting pshat. He says like this. He said this to his wife once. He said that his wife wants to know how long a shaitor she should get. So he said to her, don't be the one who have the longest and don't be the shortest. Don't be the one who's the front. Rather, the person should make sure he's not the one who's doing the biggest thing. Okay. But I say Shabbat Chol B'Chol V'Titzach bake your Shabbos a weekday rather than begging from people. But and try and do a business with some who's doing financially well. Don't be busy with doing things which are immodest. The story of Bathsheba, she washed her hair on the rooftop. What happened? Anybody know? The wind blew away. She saw her hair, and David Melech took her as a wife and killed his husband. Bitcha Bogwa, if you want to do it, is 12 and a half. Shachri Abducha 10 more, you got to marry her off. And therefore, even if all you've got is a servant, free your servant. Once the daughter is 12 and a half, if it got 12 and a half, the old daughter, marry to anybody because it's too old.
That's how we sold the Shinnah price, right?
That's right. Be careful with your wife, from a first son-in-law. Women love the first son-in-law. My time, she might be mezane with him. She might splurge all her money on him. But a person should be careful of both. Not let his wife splurge all her money or be mezane with the son-in-law. The three people go to my boy in Adop Eretz Yisrael, so he lives there. So I've got the bottom of the Talmud Torah. Somebody who sends his son in Talmud Torah. About to the Leanne Master Shabbos, made Meshami Kiddush Avdalta. He's got enough wine for Kiddush, but instead of using the rest of the wine to enjoy the meal, he saves the meal wine left over in the meal for Avdallah. Praises every day. Bottom two lines. On the person who's single but doesn't do znus, a poor man who returns a lost item, and somebody who gives maisa in private where nobody therefore knows and doesn't praise him. Rav Safa was a single person, he lived in the city. So what happens is, you see that he was very great. Says, well, Kufshid Gimel on Beis, top of the page, well, top of Gimel Beis. Tony Talik do Rav Safa, Tzavo put Rav Safa. Somebody said in front of Rav Safa that some do single and doesn't do Avei. It's actually who praises him. So Rav Safa started smiling. You don't deserve the praise. Why? Because Rav Safa would stay in the Beis Hamedrash. So therefore, he was never nichshon. And look, they worked as shoemakers. They would work in the marketplace of Zonis. They would make shoes for the Zonis. And they would put the shoes on. They put the shoes on. The Zonis would get the shoes fitted by these Amoivoim, and the Amoivoim wouldn't even look at them. When the woman who was Zonis and the people would make a shvur, they were so impressed by these Amoivoim that used to be the shoemakers. They would say, in the life of those holy Rabbanim that lived in their soul, that is the one that we make a shvur by. The Abdenazar's got a tshuva, are you allowed to make immodest clothes? And he says, surely these women, they were not so great. Oh, but Pashtus, the shoes would have also been lack of tznius. There would have been, he says it's a right that there's no problem if they ever, I don't know if there's a shayla about it. Shlosh loves three people. Mishin the curse doesn't get angry, Mishin the stakis doesn't get shikah. Mishin the mam damadesa of some dudes mavata. Shlosh HaKadosh sin and three HaKadosh who hate. Who's the three that Hashem hates? Somebody who pretends things and lies. Somebody who gives edus by his friend doesn't give witness. Somebody who says about people and he only speaks by himself, or nobody's going to believe him anyway, so it's just spreading slander. Called the Tuvya Chata, Tuvya did an Abei, he was Muzana. Also, Zigud Dechudei Ba'asit Bey, came to our papa. Zigud came to our papa and told him, Nagdil is Zigud. So he gave Malchus to Zigud. Oh, my day, Tuvya Chata was Zigud Mingid. Tuvya did that Abei, and Zigud is one who gets the Malchus. Oh, my day, Ed, the Sibiyok with Dechud Beish, Vadachudochas at this Bay, Shema Bamakum after Bay. And the person gives Edus by himself, says no to Ellis because nobody's going to believe. So therefore, the only thing you've done is slandering. So therefore, you deserve Malchus. Allowed to hate some who's done znus. If you've seen him privately and you can't tell the basic because you're the only one who knows about it, but you personally allowed to hate him. My son, which enemy are we talking about? Even we talk about goy. You're not mechuyev to help a goy upload his burden. Allowed to hate something, and the Kasadi David Yisroel. So we talk about Adim that I did an Aver. If that's the case, Mr. Sunday, everybody would hate him. Why only him? And the Chazibay was the only one who saw that Aver. So Tis asks a very, very sadistic question. The Gemara Mitzvah says if there's two people to help upload, an unbelievable thesis, it's worth coming just this thesis. See, two people to upload. One is Reuven, one is Shimon. Reuven's done an Aver. Reuven you hate and Shimon you love. Who should you help, says the Gemara? Why Reuven? Why the one you hate? Since you're able to make amends. But this Gemara is established. And the reason that you're hating him is not because of no reason. It's because he's done an Abeus, and you know about it. and you're the only one who knows about it, and you can't tell the basis because there's no point.
They know them mock him, then it's not your business, is it?
So what? What over here says you're allowed to hate him.
Yeah.
It says to Jesus that you're allowed to hate him for the Avera. You're not allowed to hate him for other reasons. And usually when you hate somebody for the Avera, he hates you back. It's upon him. And then you start hating him for other reasons. And that isn't forbidden. So therefore we want to stop the extra hatred that is created. And it's a very important yesod. And let's say, for example, you say to me a rude comment and I start hating you for that. What happens is, it's one of these things that spirals very, very, very quickly out of control. And therefore the faket, you're allowed to hate for this, but not for more. And therefore the Gemara says it's better that you should help the one who hates. It's a very scary thing how it spirals. Well, that way it's like my mitzvah listeners. Shnema Yivas Hashem Soni Ra. Those who fear Hashem hate him. Omar Bach Meidorov LaRashba LeMemele LeRabba LeMistake. Can you tell his rabbi to hate him? Omar Yoda the Memele Rabbi Kibei Treif. If the rabbi believes in Act 2, Limele should tell him. If no, Limele shouldn't tell him. Three people, their lives are not a real life. Some people have too much mercy, but people get too angry. People are too fussy. I have all three. Because I'm fussy, I get angry, and I've got too much mercy. Three kinds of people hate each other. Dogs, chickens, and chabim is a group of Rishon that lived in Persia. Some say Zonis, in Bover. Three love each other. Gave him slaves and ravens. The four people, everybody understands that what they're doing is completely crazy. A poor person is very haughty. A wealthy person that denies when he owes money. If an old person does nus, somebody who's balgaivadik over the tzibur for no reason, and he's done nothing. A person divorces his wife once, twice, and he marries her for the third time. Somebody who marries her for the third time, what in the world was he thinking? But sometimes he had a lot of money for the ksuba, he had no choice to marry her to be able to pay for the ksuba. Because he owes it to her. So by marrying her, he wants that the money should belong to him. He's got children, and what happens is he can't divorce her because he needs somebody to look after the children. Canaan taught his sons 5 things. Abba says they love each other. Abba says they love to steal. Abba says Zimmer, you should love to do snus. Hate your masters. Never speak the truth. The Gemara actually says about Avodi Canaanim that they're known for Zimmer, Geneva, and all these things because of the Canaan taught them. The 6 things said about a horse. The Rashbam and others point out that it's not enough. If I buy a horse from you and these things are there, you can't say, I didn't want it because I never expected. No, it's normal by a horse. Oiva says nus, he likes to do nus. Oiva says Melchama loves war. Vuchi Gasso is very haughty. Mois Sashina hard, he sleeps. Oichel Arbe eats a lot and makes a kimo, only produces a little bit of fertilizer. And he tries to kill his master in battle. Shiva menudim nashamayim, 7 people are nechem. And then Yehuda she'enu yisho, a person who's got no wife, person doesn't get married. Bonim says Tesis will talk about where he doesn't even want to have children, doesn't try to have children. So such a person is nechem. We should Bonim and guide on the Torah, so they've got children, but he doesn't bring them up to Talmud Torah. We shouldn't tefillin boish tefillin mezuzah. A person doesn't have tefillin. Says Tesis again. We'll talk about somebody that could have tefillin and he doesn't. It's just for big Torah doesn't have tzitzis mezuzah of a pischoi. Somebody doesn't wear shoes. The idea of not wearing shoes is a person is not utilizing what HaKadosh gave him. Somebody doesn't join a Suda mitzvah. If you look at Kufidalad and Dalef top Tesis says it's talking about Bismillah. Or a Sudas Nisun where it's a Talmud Chacham, the daughter of a Kohen. And therefore says Tesis, that's one of the reasons why people do not tell each other that you're invited to a Sudas Bliss. Because if you are invited and you don't go, the Gemara says you put in the chayim. So you have to be very, very careful.
There's no way to invite someone specifically.
That's right.
I thought it's because of the Yomi then.
No, it's because of this thesis. It's no thesis if you don't know. That's the thesis. You shouldn't ask the stargates. If you know your friend's great in one aspect, you have to respect him. Daniel was greater than everybody around him, so he was appointed a leader. So you see that something's greater. A woman that's dam toya, which nowadays doesn't exist because nowadays a woman's also even after she gives birth. In olden days during birth time, then what would happen is during those 40 days, even if she saw blood, she would be mutter. Only an oina. Why only an oina? Because one day, the reason is because they're not used to the idea of which blood is Tomei, which blood is Torah. So we wait one day before we permit. Okay, we'll stop over here. It's not so hard. Tana, Hu Yosef, and it's very easy, very easy. Gemara, and this is Shemot Shabbos. We'll start from there, 8:50.